Corporate minute books. A minute book is something that people don't really understand, but it's absolutely essential for a business. So whether you have a small business or a big business, the corporate minute book is basically the chart that has all the information that a person needs about the business. Specifically, whether it's valid, whether it's being kept, who the shareholders are, who the directors are, officers. So the important part of the minute book is that it's like the vital signs. If a corporation was a person, this is the medical chart that shows you how healthy it is. The blood types, meaning like who has control over the company and things like that. It is a source that you can look, because a company itself, you can look at the buildings, you can look at the assets, you can look at the business, but you can't look at whether or not it's valid or in place. So again, what are the kind of things that go into a corporate minute book? One, you're going to have the shareholder register, you're going to have a director register, you're going to show any corporate resolutions that allow the corporation to do certain things or restrictions that prevent it from doing something. This allows a stranger or a bank or another company who wants to buy the company to see if it meets all their needs. We've seen situations where people needed a loan from a bank and they had a lot of collateral, like $20 million, and they only needed to borrow under $1 million. The problem was that their corporate minute book was such a mess, the banks wouldn't touch it, and they had to go for private financing, which was very, very much more expensive. In situations where a corporate minute book is not kept up to date, it may not mean that the company has a problem, but then you have to do research to find out if it's actually still valid. So for instance, one of the things for a company is to file their annual returns every year with the corporate registry. That's different than an annual return for taxes, but if you don't file your corporate annual returns, the company can eventually be struck. And if that happens, you've got to revive the company. However, you can only do that if it's been less than 10 years. Then you cannot revive it. So the corporate minute books are going to be a reminder. It's going to be a place to store all these documents to make sure that people can see where things are at with the company. Also, if there are signing authorities, it'll show who has the ability to sign on behalf of the corporation. It'll just show all the key aspects of a company. Keeping your corporate minute book can be done by an accountant or a lawyer, or even yourself at your place of business, or even your home. However, there are some reasons why you may want to have a registered office for the company that is not your house or the business. For instance, if you have a small business where when you go on vacation, there's basically no one at the house, a registered office will allow someone who plans on suing you to file and serve you at that address. If it's your home and you don't see it for a few weeks, then you might be noted in default and lose before you even know that there's a lawsuit. If you have your corporate minute book at a law firm, and that is the address for service in the registered office, then the lawyer can at least deal with things in your absence, get a hold of you and let you know. So it's just part of good practice in terms of keeping your corporate minute books up to date and a place where they'll be addressed properly.